Hey, how you doing? This is Kitch, and you are watching me play Factorio. We are down over here in the refinery building spot, and we are going to build us a refinery. I went ahead and ran the oil down here. See these pipes? They run up through here, and then up around the old science area, and then up here to the station. And that is all set up and ready to go, so I think we are pretty close to getting our refinery set up. What I like to do for refineries are do a standard 817, which is 8 refineries to 1 heavy oil cracking to 7 petroleum cracking. Sorry, 7 light oil cracking. Words are hard. And what that perfect ratio does, it's not a perfect ratio. I think the perfect ratio is much bigger, but it's a ratio that's going to be close enough. And what that does is it gives you a good ratio so that you can produce constantly and create nothing but petroleum. As we expand on, we're going to need more things than petroleum. We're going to need heavy oil, we're going to need light oil, but primarily what we need right now is petroleum. So that's why it is a wonderful setup. And in doing the refining episode, I wanted to install a mod that works really, really, really well with setting up refining setups. And that is a little mod called Squeak Through. And what Squeak Through does is, usually in Factorio, you would be running up against this pipe and you can't go through it. Someone had asked a while ago why I like to use underground pipes so much, since they're a lot more expensive than regular pipes, and the reason is you can just walk right through it. Whereas these, you normally can't. But Squeak Through lets you do that. And it's really incredible. I don't think it removes... I don't know if it removes... It doesn't remove the hitbox. It just makes it a little bit more where you can just kind of squeak through. And it's very, very, very helpful. The undergrounds are still useful, though, in that... Let's see, how many pipes does an underground take? It takes 10 pipes. And 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, which is the exact same length. But the advantage of doing the underground pipe as opposed to 10 single pipes is that in the fluid dynamics in this game, in the pressure and the way that it works, you want as few pipes as you possibly can to move fluid through. Things lose pressure over time. And it counts each one of these pipe segments here. So this would count as 10 pipe segments. However, this underground only counts as 2. So this right here is the equivalent pressure-wise of running 5 underground pipes. So it's it works out a lot better for fluid transportation. So it's a great mod, and we're going to be using it, especially in the refinery setup, where it is going to be extremely handy. So let's go ahead and roll the intro as the sun goes down into the dawn or dusk section where the lighting mod doesn't work anymore. And we will get started right after that. All right, so I think we're ready to go here. I'm going to do the standard 817 refinery setup. The 817 is a ratio that works out really, really good. It's actually a reduced ratio. The perfect ratio is much, much larger. But this one is a reduced version of that works really well. And why this ratio works so well is it keeps the refineries and the cracking, whenever you have advanced oil processing, I should say, in check to where it's producing enough. It has the capability to take full load of oil in and spit out nothing but petroleum, which is what you use the most of by far. But and you can shut off that in order to use your heavy oil and light oil for other things. But it's good to know that at peak production, you can still process oil continuously and produce petroleum. It's really good for that. All right, so we're gonna go ahead, even though we're doing basic oil processing right now that doesn't take water as an input, we're gonna go ahead and get everything situated. We'll hook up the oil to the oil side and the water to the water side. Let's see, that's gonna come out, oil, like right there, and right there, and we're not gonna quite hook that up yet, because I have to remember which one is the oil and which one is the water. And people have shared with me some handy memory devices for remembering that. And I don't remember them, so let's see if I can try to remember what those are. Oil's on the left. Oil's on the left. Water with a capital R is on the right. And the other one is heavy water. So water on this side, heavy oil on that side. So I'm certain, I'm pretty sure that this would be the water input. That would be the oil input. Pretty sure. That's the one we're gonna go with. They'll work. Both of them will work for the processing that we're doing right here, but it makes it really easy where you can transition over to the advanced oil processing. If you already have everything ready to go, you can just flip the recipe over and you're done. Pretty standard pipe layout here, I would say. This makes it to where they all hook up and they don't collide. I think it's as compact as you can really get it. At least without any sort of mods. I don't even know if there's any mods that deal with this kind of stuff. But it's a chore, but it works out really well. All right, I think that's good. We're just going to look and double check these real quick because I have been known to completely mess them up. And even after double checking, I could still possibly mess them up. I don't know. It looks pretty good to me. I think that's good. I think that's good. So let's go ahead and get our water set up over here. I want to take it out just a little bit because we're going to be running some extra water things. And this water pump is actually able to support this and then some. I had some I had some I don't knows as part of my last series, and Quarnosian left a very helpful little calculation on how much water you need to actually get refining done. And it was something ridiculous. I think it was in episode, I don't know, episode 12 or 13 or 14 of Impractical Factorio. I don't remember. I'll look that up and put it down in the description if I remember to do that. But basically, one water pump is enough to run like 5 of these setups. So just one is going to be enough. Even with all the cracking and everything, it's going to be plenty. All right, so we're going to be using the petroleum immediately. I want to go ahead and just set up the cracking, though. Let's see, how do we want to do that? That would be oil, and we want to leave in some space, and I think we need to leave space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I think these need to be flip-flopped. Because this is going to crack heavy oil into light oil, so the output is going to go to the input. And we'll just leave it all. We'll just leave it all down right now. That's fine. But I think that's just kind of to mark where it needs to be. And let's see. Do we have any more tanks? We do not, but I can make some. Let's go ahead and make a couple of those. Because initially, what I want to do is I want to tank you and tank the light oil. Petroleum doesn't... all right, so the oil refining, it doesn't go... We just can't use petroleum, right? If we run out of petroleum and heavy oil is backed up, it's not going to work. So we need to be constantly making all three of those. So what I'm doing here is just making it to where we're just going to tank the excess, and when we get better refining, we can use that. We can crack it or turn it into lubricant. All right, so the first thing that we need is plastic, and we need a bit of it. That is basically the big part of what we need. I just wasted a lot of fuel there. And let's get that started somewhere down here on this side. In the trees, of course. Actually, let's not. We can do it up here. We can do it up here. It'll be just fine. And let's see. Let's start out with... three. Let's do 4. Let's do 4. Well, let's start out with 4. Let's start out with 4. Let's not go crazy here. And we'll have that line coming out like that, and we need petroleum input here for you guys. Like that. Mm-hmm. And plastic, 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 and plastic. Spread that out a little bit. Yes. All right, so that gets plastic, and we just need to get some inserters. Sending out, and inserters sending in, and sending in. And we're going to have to run some coal on the outside here. And can we just steal that right off of this line? I'm guessing that we can, so let's do that. Stone has caught up, if you didn't notice that. Looking pretty good. And let's see, we just want to split that. And half of it down there, and half of it over here. Excellent. All right, just need power, and we should start producing some of that wonderful petro. Unless you break the station. All right, and what are we missing? We're missing a pipe right here. All right, and we got plastic. We have plastic. Okay, so where do we want to put plastic? Let's see, we were going to make those chips. Those are all going to be chips. So I think we need to start plastic as this line right 1, 2 here. Take you over. Wonderful. All right, and plastic is going to be made to, it's going to be used to make red circuits first. That is the priority. And that is going to be done right here. So we need to set this up. Red circuit setup, fairly straightforward. A basic one is pretty straightforward. I'm gonna go 1. Oh, do we need some more assembly machines? We do. And what else did we need? Do we need anything else? We're running a little low on pipe. I don't think we're gonna need pipe anymore. Yeah, just assembly machines I think will work. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab a full stack of them. Why not? I did fill in some of the mall. Like the roboports were able to be added. Some of the chests were able to be added. And I'd mentioned that... I'd mentioned something about keeping the ghosts there. And that's not necessary. I did go through and test it. And you actually can place over a factory and that you already have there. And it will change the recipe, which is extremely handy. I think that's new. I think that's new. Either that or... I just never done it before. But it works out really, really well. How are we doing on inserters? Oh, also stack inserters got added. But we need red circuits for them. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab a stack of those. And maybe a stack of those. And how are we doing on these? Got 2. Let's go ahead and grab half a stack of those. And we'll get back up here to our red circuits. Okay, so red circuits... they need copper wire, they need plastic, and they need green chips. Right? Yes. And 1 copper machine is enough to support 6 of these assembly machines. So what I like to do is get a line of copper coming in like this. And I'm going to do it a little bit different this time, I think. How do I want to do this? We want to make it where we need splitters too. I probably could have just handmade them. Yes, I can. But we've got a mall down here, and I want to use it. Splitters. And we have plenty of undergrounds. Excellent. I need to get my... Oh, we already had some there. I need to get that organized better. Get that organized better. I will do that. All right. So, yeah, that's going to come in... like that. Nope, it's gonna come in like this. And you are going to split off there. You're gonna come like that. Basically just come into this last machine. You're gonna come in, you're gonna come in. Come in like that. And you're gonna go on, and you're gonna go on. All right, and then we'll get a inserter grabbing copper wire. And is the ratio 1-to-1? 1 copper plate, 2 copper cables. So it's 1 to 2. Oh, that's fine. We can just go ahead and set those guys out. All right, and you're going to need copper cable. So are you. So are you. Oh yeah, we wanted to carry that on. All right, and then we're going to have a line right here coming up the middle that is going to be what's it going to be? It's going to be the chips as well as the plastic. So you guys are going to insert off of the middle and output onto that line. You guys are going to output onto that line and insert off of that one. There we go. just like that. So this will be the output line spitting out the red chips. This will be the input line that has those things on it. Need to go and upgrade this bus line to mediums probably at some point. All right, so this line coming in right here is going to be copper. This line right here is going to be circuits as well as plastic, and this one up here is going to be copper. And this one is going to go out and be red circuits. Will be on that line right there. Wonderful. All right, and is that all we need? I think it is. I think that is fine. So let's go ahead and throw some power into this situation. Do it right like that to get everybody, it looks like. Yeah, just like that. All right, now all we need is everything all good and hooked up. All right, so you're gonna come in up here. So we're going to want that line right there to be those splitter underground. That goes up, that goes over. Okay, there is that. Copper line. And copper line. All right, that's going to put a little bit of pull onto our copper for a while, but I think we should be good for now. Until we expand out, our red and green circuit making, then that will be more of an issue. But we are getting some red chips on the line. There's a couple of other red setups that I've looked at in the past and used in the past. I was going to use something like that last time, but I don't know. This one seems like it'll work just fine. Not getting some to the end? Okay, they're getting to the end right now. Let's see, can we double output that? Is that going to help? Not really. I don't think stuff's backing up here, so I think the one is fine. They're just making not very speedily. All right, so we could go ahead and run this into the mall if we wanted, but I don't think I want to right now. I think what I want to do now that we have these red circuits is like immediately start working on blue science, because I want to get that advanced oil processing up and get some of the blue things researched. And we are going to start blue science right about here, and we will get started on that in the next episode. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate, look at that, red circuits on the line. That's a pretty big step. you know, if you're just starting out, getting that refining all set up and running and everything working there, it's a pretty big step. And that's the first big hump of, well, maybe the second or third. It's the, you know how like some schools, if you're in a degree program, there's that one class that's there to weed out the weak ones. It was C++ for my degree. Luckily, I never had to take that because I programmed in different ways. But our degree program at our school had a C++ class that was just notorious for nobody ever passing it. I guess kind of college algebra is that on the general education. I think at my school it had something like a 70% drop rate or something crazy like that. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but that's what refining is, and we just beat it. And in that next episode, we will get Blue Science up and running, and so we can research other things. I think we're probably pretty close to out. Yes, we are. So we need to get that going pretty quick. All right. Well, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. I will see you in the next episode. Have a good one.